15 times less lamb for vegan versus omnivores. Omnivores, yeah. I'm not very good with my reading sometimes. Yeah. And it's really difficult because I do really accept that if you've been grown up as a meat eater, like to change your diet like that. I grew up from the age of 8 as a vegetarian, so I'm used to it. But it is hard giving up foods. And so then therefore, like when I say things like this, it can make you feel really vulnerable, like you're doing something wrong or you're guilty. And at the same time, like not wanting to give up something that you maybe are eating 2 or 3 times a day. But just notice that, you know, this is the beauty of this subject and this exploration. It's like to constantly expand. Like, how does it make you feel when I say this about the meat industry? Like, so often what happens when I was younger, particularly, you know, 8 years old, becoming a vegetarian, is people would attack me because I made them feel vulnerable. Like, I wasn't even preach at them. I'd just say I was a vegetarian, then you'd get attacked. Not attacked like hitting, but verbally attacked because they felt attacked just by you saying you're a vegetarian. So, like, I noticed, like, with me, so with my partner, he's like so, like, he was brought up a hippie, his mum's a hippie, and my God, like, he's just innately conscious of the environment, and he has, like, just talking about shoes, he has 1 pair of shoes, you know, and I'm going on about the environment, and I have maybe like 10 or 15 pairs of shoes, and he's like, well, you could just start with not buying so many shoes. And I'm like, you know, and so what do we do with that, you know, when someone says something like that? He's totally right. And I am reducing my shoe collection. But like, it's you know, we can easily get defensive because we want to keep our shoes, you know, because it's important to us, because we like the way it looks, or we like, you know, the way we dress. It's easier to buy. And he's like, you could just stop buying so many shoes or so many clothes. He's totally right. But it can come, you know, when people say these things to us. I'm sure when he said it to me, it was a long time ago now, I can't remember. There was a moment of like not wanting to accept that because I wanted to buy shoes. But I actually found these really cool plimsolls that I love. They're so comfy, and they just go with everything because they don't go. They're so ugly, they just go with everything. This is like the fashion now. You can just buy an item that's ugly and dirty and old and put it with everything, even a really nice dress, and it kind of looks cool. Kind of rocks. So this is my new take on fashion. Or just not wear any shoes. That's my other option. Thanks. Exactly. Plus the enormous water usage too. Yeah. So then we've also got the water for the cows. I mean, I can tell you, a cow drinks a lot. When I was in Australia, I lived next to a lady who had 2 cows, 2 alpacas, and 2 horses. And when we were looking after the animals, so she lived next door to us, we were looking after her, and it was really hot. It was like 35, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius, or maybe even 40. And the water to the cows stopped, and their trough wasn't being filled up with water. And so we couldn't get water down to them or a hose down to them. So what we had to do was we had to get buckets of water out of the dam and put it into their trough. And we just did it continuously for hours upon hours. And this was 2 cows, I think. Or maybe it was all the animals we were doing it for. And we couldn't fill up the trough. As soon as we did it, they did. And then we'd have to go and get another bucket. And it just went on for hours. Like it's like, so I couldn't believe how much water they consume. But of course, they're like, how much more heavier than us? A cow weighs, what, like a ton? A massive stallion horse weighs like, I don't know how much, a lot. And it was like 35, 40. You know, and there's us with like maybe gone through like 2 bottles of water, and they've gone through like hundreds of those bottles. Yeah.